don't like change, but ain't nothing we can do about it, so I kind of have to tolerate it. Yeah, but then again, you know, it's hindsight is 2020. You know, if we could stay the same, a lot of us would be a lot happier. But that's not the case. Progress, as much as I don't really care for it in some degrees, it's like we've moved so far ahead that we're now a throwaway society. You know, something that is brand new now, 2 years from now, will be obsolete. But Trask has been there probably for a good 30 plus years. Originally, Trask was across the street where the bank is now, that I can remember. And where Dunkin' Donuts is, it used to be Don's AG. Before that, it was the A&P store. I can remember when the part of the streets in Farmington were cobblestone, especially the one up between the library and the college and Henderson Memorial Baptist. That was cobblestone early on. I can remember back until I was in high school, I believe. And the sidewalk was brick. And there are still a few places around where they have brick sidewalk, but they've been covered up with tile. The insurance company is now over there on Main Street. That used to be the Franklin Journal newspaper office. And then on the corner there was New England Furniture. And I can't remember where Twice Sold Tales is. I know that 3 stores down from that towards town was J.J. Newberry's that had been here since forever. I remember Main Street, I would say it's probably good. I'd swear it's about 10 feet wider than I remembered it, but that could be just, it was so long ago. Friday night I'd walk down from high school up, it's now the middle school, and I'd go to the drugstore and have a hot fudge sundae and wait for my folks to get out of work and kill time in town. And it used to be I could never get into town, or at least seeing half a dozen people or more that I knew well. Now it's, and then in late years, it just to the point I wouldn't see anybody I knew. But in the past couple 3 years, I'm getting so that I'm beginning to meet up with more people, you know, from the college and stuff, people that I have formed an acquaintance with. So therefore, it's kind of like the old days. I can't get into town without seeing somebody to speak to that I know, at least one. Farmington's a great place to live if you don't let the people get to you.
It has a tremendous atmosphere. I don't know if that can be defined. The people are what make it. The people who work here.
I think every day is kind of wild and crazy a little bit, just a little bit. Something usually happens. But
I have some fond memories. Oh, there's a Scotsman over there with a bagpipe. Mm-hmm.
I think there's a certain amount of creative energy in here. There's always something going on here. You know, there's always different types of people having different types of discussions about politics, religion, art, science. So, you know, and it's a lot of different people that come in here.
All I do is drink coffee. I don't eat my meals here. They don't make much money off me. But I guess it goes back to the diversity of the people. There's always somebody from a different walk of life to talk to.
Thank you. And, well, it's nice to have refreshing conversations with people that are very intelligent, you know? Can talk about everything from religion, politics, to science, history, whatever. It's kind of like a college cafeteria.
Recently I've started coming in a lot in the afternoon and mixing reading or similar things with talking to people.
He has an awful big ego for a small man.
Well, I wasn't here when it happened, but I've heard that this young couple, were trying to have a baby, and this woman was ovulating, so they didn't know where to go, so they came into Java Joe's and asked the manager if they could use the bathroom for a little while, and so they went in the bathroom and they did magic, but they took a while, so we had to, finally somebody had to knock on the door. That's probably the wildest story I've heard around here. But if he missed or he got the target, I don't know what happened. But I hope it was a happy story. Hopefully the kid will end up being another barista.
I meet a lot of people that I've known in the past who are going to Sugarloaf. This is a stopping point for ski people on the way to Sugarloaf or Saddleback. It's just a perfect place.
A lot of local people come in here. We got a lot of tourists that come in here, just coming through from Massachusetts. Yeah, we got a lot of people from Strong and New Vineyard, and they come in here almost every day.
I mean, a good percentage of people come here at college, so kind of in a way, it's kind of like the Elliott Rosewater Cafe / coffee house just has come back in a new form. You know, except there's no people face down on the table reeking of cheap whiskey.
Magic is a collectible card game. It's the first collectible card game of its type. So the idea was to have a game like a board game, except presented in a way that you had a collectability aspect, like baseball cards or football cards, things of that nature. So that had never been done. Around 1993, a guy named Richard Garfield came up with the idea. International thing at this point. They have a World's Tournament every year, which people play in from all kinds of different countries. Some of the better players in the world, there's one, his name's Kai Budd, he's from Germany. There's a couple different players, there's two brothers from France that are pretty popular in the professional circuit. And so it's morphed into a pretty interesting world now. Fridays we have tournaments. I get anywhere from like 10 to 20 people in that range. On the bigger events, sometimes like that happen when sets come out, new sets and things of that nature, I'm getting 20 plus. So I get a decent crowd. It can be bustling sometimes in here. We play tournaments at least twice a week, on Fridays and Saturdays. Sometimes more depending on what people want to do. I kind of run it a little bit like a democracy, asking people what they would like to do, the players themselves, and see what they want to come up with.
Here's Kibler.
Kibler's a professional Magic player. There's a professional circuit that developed over time, kind of like any other sport, I guess. It's a little bit silly sounding, I guess, to a certain extent, but he's a professional player. He's a very charismatic guy, very funny guy, and enjoyable to watch him play because he's very good. I do know that over there across the way, that was a train depot area. I believe this building actually used to be a grocery store at once upon a time. I guess our front steps actually have a hinge so that you can go downstairs and deliver groceries. Across the way over here, it used to be the post office. The post office is now the mailing. The old train station. The Grange Hall has been here for a long time, so that's kind of an interesting historical place in the area. Actually, they get better crowds sometimes than I do on the Contra night or whatever. The idea is for long-term place. The real reason I opened the place in the first place was twofold. One, it's something I really love, and number two, give people a place to play. Like that's really the predominantly aspect of what I was trying to do in the first place, was give a place for everybody to come together and actually be able to play a game now alone. And it's just a fun place. That's the idea. I cannot exist without a community. If I didn't have a community, this business would fold. The community is kind of what supports and allows my business to thrive itself, so I can keep myself funded and everything going. But the community is what really builds business in this case, more so than I think almost any other business I've been around. With the shop itself, as you've probably seen, it's a lot of tables are set up. It's mostly an area for people to come in and play, enjoy themselves. And that community is what builds excitement for more products, things of that nature.
But I'm just saying,
Keeps the business going. It's the number one aspect of my business. Like as far as the business side goes, I cannot exist without a community.